Hey everyone, welcome back to the M&R Show. I'm Ron,
Malcolm.
and today we're bringing you a topic of a very charismatic NFL player. We have Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., also known as OBJ. So right now we're gonna go on where is he landing. We're gonna give you his top four spots based on odds. Shout out to we have Art Shark odds. So we're gonna do his top four teams by the numbers. The first one is the Las Vegas Raiders. They are plus 200. Malcolm, what do you think about his fit with the Las Vegas Raiders?
I think it's a very good fit. Even when Henry Ruggs was still playing for them, I think they still lack a number one receiver. I know Darren Waller, he hasn't been playing. He's been injured lately. But at the end of the day, I just think that Odell Beckham would be perfect for Derek Carr. Because think of this. Derek Carr had almost an MVP season when he had a guy like Amari Cooper with him. So just imagine what he can do with a guy like Odell Beckham and what this team could be. This team is already playing way better than expectations. So this team might have a good shot of getting him.
Yeah, I mean the team has Hunter Renfro. I think a very good slot receiver. So always good to be paired slot with speed guy. I think that's a good fit in that way. You have Brian Edwards. He's like, what is he, 6'5", 235. Mike Williams size receiver, which I think is another good fit besides Odell. So Odell goes to a team where he's the only player that has his exact type of play style. He's like 5'11", about 210, 4'4" guy now, maybe 4'4.5" with the ACL injury. Regardless, he's a speed player, big rock guy. The Raiders do not have that. Have a very good quarterback. Now it's just like, does he want to go to a team with this type of culture? Because the Raiders have just cut someone recently with Ruggs. They just cut Damon Arnett. So I don't know if you want to leave Giants, bad culture with Eli at the end, and you go to the Cleveland Browns, bad culture with Baker. So I just don't know if he'll want to do that culture, but I like the odds. They're plus 200. So I think it's pretty good odds. What do you think about the odds as well?
I think they're pretty good guys. Even though they got Deshaun Jackson, they think they can still get a number one receiver in Odell.
Yeah.
This team will be good, and I like it. I like the odds of Odell Beckham coming to Raiders.
Okay, now on to the next team with the second best odds, which are the Baltimore Ravens at plus 275. Malcolm, what do you think about that?
See, I'm not too big on this one. I think if we look at the situation, I always think that getting Lamar Jackson better receivers would be perfect. Giving up Lamar Jackson like an Odell Beckham would be perfect. But then again, I'm just like, I like what Lamar Jackson has. I don't think Lamar Jackson needs a number one receiver right now, especially a guy like Odell, because there's going to be a lot of running. And as a receiver, you have to understand that the run comes first, second, third, and fourth. Then the passing comes fifth. So I think that Odell has to understand that, but I don't really think that would be a good spot for him, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely thought this would be a way better spot before I talked to some Ravens fans. They were not. Like I talked to like 3 or 4 Ravens fans that I know they're not for it at all. Even though he's in the division, all of that good stuff. Like we know he's gonna play good. And they've had Steve Smith, so they've had a receiver like this. That was a lot. They're like, yeah, nah, we're gonna Odell. One, I forgot they did draft Bateman in the first round, who clearly I was high on. If you've been an M&R fan, we were both, at least we thought he was a first round prospect. Now, so they have him. They drafted Hollywood in the first round. What was that? 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So you have 2 first round wide receivers already on the team. They have what's his name? Duvernay. It's like a top 100 pick. Like they have picks at the position.
Duvernay.
Yeah. So they have picks at the position.
Duvernay.
So yeah. So I don't know. I just don't know how he fits in the team. Like then, like Malcolm was saying, like they run the ball a lot. Like does he want to go from a run team to another run team? I don't know. Like I really don't know if that's if he wants to go from run team to run team. I just truthfully don't think so. So I don't like them being second in odds.
Yeah, because that most definitely understand what they have, because they're trying to focus more on development with their receivers. With Bateman just came back from an injury; he was out almost half the year.
Yeah,
and then you got Duvernay and you got Sammy Watkins too. So you got a little collection group of receivers right now, and I think that they're going to focus on the development because these receivers understand what they're coming into. They understand that they're going to have to, run is going to be first. They have to block. There's a lot of things that come on that comes to being a Baltimore Ravens receiver because you have to block to be a receiver.
You do.
You can't just go ahead, start running around. Like, no, you're going to have to block first, then run around and get the ball. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I completely agree. I don't like the fit at all. After digging deeper, I don't like the fit. So now to the third team, we have his hometown team, the New Orleans Saints. Very interesting that they're third in odds. They're plus 300. Not bad odds at all. I've heard that he wants to go home. So, Malcolm, what do you think about the New Orleans Saints?
Now, this would have been a good pickup if Jameis Winston was still there, but he's not still there no more. So this is, now you got Trevor Siemian to the equation, which Trevor Siemian, he played all right. He didn't start going hot into the in the fourth quarter when last week he played. But looking at this squad, even if they have Trevor Siemian or they have Taysom Hill starting, I don't think that's an ideal type of landing spot for Odell anymore. Because let's know, we know Jameis Winston, he's going to throw the ball to you. Don't matter how, if you in double coverage, triple coverage, it doesn't matter. That's the type of quarterback that Odell will want to be with, But now that James was out for the season, it's a little iffy now. I don't know about this pickup. How about you?
Yeah, very, very, very interesting. I have no idea what this is supposed to be about. I guess this is a hometown fit. That's the only thing I could think of. Well, it's a hometown fit. He'd be the number one receiver. It's about it. Trevor Siemian, I'll pass. Taysom Hill, we all know my take. I don't even think he's a really NFL starting quarterback, personally. So if you're going for that, like you got mad at Baker, you think a guy with Taysom Hill is like an 84 arm power Madden type of QB. Like think of it in that perspective, like no arm power at all. So the deep ball is clipped for you. So I don't like the Saints fit at all. Plus 300, I am not taking those odds. I think you bet against those. Don't like it. Don't take it. If he goes there, I'm assuming he wants to be with family. It's not for winning. Maybe Sean Payton maybe gets him in there, but like Jameis also tore his ACL and MCL, and he tore in week 7. So it's not like he'll be back week 1 of next year unless he just has this. Well, let's not talk about Jameis Winston, his workout routine. Next thing you know, James is on that ground with a torn ACL doing workouts. I mean, me and Malcolm laugh at the videos all the time. So actually, I'm not going to do it, James, but I don't think he'll be ready for week 1 of next year. So just that'd be a bad fit for me. Any last thoughts on the Saints?
Nah, I think we all got the same, viewpoint about the situation. It's just not going to be a good fit.
All right. Now for the fourth and last one that we're going to be talking about today is the Buffalo Bills at plus 400. Malcolm, what do you think about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen?
See, I just think with this, it's just not a good pickup as far as it's just a lot. It's more of a luxury type of pickup. And I really don't think Buffalo needs an extra receiver, to be honest. I just think that they need to be more focused on looking at a running back more than looking at a receiver. I think when you look at Stephon Diggs, and especially when they picked up Emmanuel Sanders, those are 2 good bookend receivers, 1 and 2. I think those are perfect for your team. When they picked them up, I was like, that's a good number 2. And I think maybe I could think that Emmanuel Sanders, based on his veteran abilities, will be better than John Brown was last year as number 2 receiver. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're talking about Stephon Diggs, who was mad because Adam Thielen was getting a lot of receptions.
Yeah,
So now you're bringing Odell Beckham into the situation. Yeah, you're causing problems that you don't need to cause because you're building an organization. I think Sean McDermott has done a marvelous job of building an organization, building this team up. He can't come with drama with Odell coming in.
Yeah, I don't really. Odell clearly doesn't have that many suitors. Like for him to be that talented as he is, clearly there's not that many suitors for him. Maybe because it's mid-season or it's hard to put somebody on the team that's already kind of flowing. But this is not looking easy for him. So, I mean, he wanted it out, but we're going to see. I don't think there's a Patriots, Randy Moss type fit for him. Maybe we'll talk about that after, this last team. But the Bills, I don't like. I mean, we didn't even talk about Mr. 7-Eleven, Cole Beasley. I mean, this man isn't close. I mean,
exactly
in the slot, at his mold of slot receiver, he's probably the best. Like the little 5'8", quick but not fast slot receiver. He's probably one of the best of that in the league right now. Like this is Mr. Third Down, Mr. 7-Eleven. Like this is Josh Allen's go-to guy in that type of moment. So I just don't like the fit on the team. Like, I mean, would he come and be like the number 4? Like, why would you leave? I don't know. Why would you leave Cleveland to be a number 4 receiver or like a 3.5 if somebody gets hurt? I don't get it. So I don't like the fit, and I don't even know personally why either team is considering it. Truth be told.
I think Odell did the best he could with the Cleveland situation. I understand that he did not get this. People always talking about, well, why are you leaving Cleveland and stuff like that. He didn't work. We seen Odell's ability. We seen Odell's talent. We seen when Baker thought the rhythm wasn't there, the connection wasn't there. Odell's been there for 2 years. They said that Odell's been trying to one out for a very long time. And just understand, Odell hasn't been going crazy about asking to one out. So he's been keeping it in-house, being, trying to be the best he can be about the situation he's in. He had to let it go. But I think another team that we have to look at is maybe the Patriots. I think the Patriots are looking for a number 1 receiver. And if you could get a guy like Odell Beckham, and you got, the tight ends, Giannu, and then you got Hunter Henry, and with Matt Jones, I think that's good. That's a decent receiving core where y'all can be able to make some noise. That defense is improving, and they're thick into the playoff race at 5-4 record. I think bringing a guy like Odell will actually help them out better.
Yeah, I think the number 1 fit is the Green Bay Packers. Don't know why they're the 8th in odds right now. The Malcolm actually gave you all the 5th in odds, which is New England. The 8th is the Packers. I think they're low in odds because we know they're just not going to do it because they're petty. Not because it's not a good fit. They're just a petty team. Like I truthfully couldn't tell you. They have no number 2 wide receiver. The tight end is also out for the season. Tight end, so they don't even have like a safety blanket. I don't get it. I truthfully don't get it. But just like every year when they don't draft a receiver in the first round, I'm not putting my money on this team to do the right thing by Aaron Rodgers. But by fit wise, this is probably where he walks in and has his perfect role, and he's fit next to Devontae Adams like really well. Like 2 of those type of right runners on the same team is not fair. But again, are you betting your money on that, Malcolm? No. So, and neither am I.
The only thing I have to say is they seen how Jordan was last week. So maybe they say, you know what? Maybe we need to make sure Aaron Rodgers stays another year. And, bring more people at him. So
get somebody.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, literally. So, but anyway, do you have anything else to add to the segment, Malcolm, before we end it?
The only thing I have to talk about is Ron. Come on, you're dressed up, man. You're dressed up. Let's talk about it. We got the nice stuff going on, so I gotta make sure we talk about it before we let go.
I mean, your boy is in grad school. Everyone, I do go to Columbia. I had a 9 to 5 class today, so that's always fun to be in class for 8 hours. So you just gotta look nice, make yourself feel better. So that's why I wear today. And your man Malcolm was working like
look
5
good,
jobs.
You feel good.
So he's just a 5-job person. So
you already know Jamaican. Yeah.
All right, but anyway, make sure you all are still subscribing, liking, and when we're doing our live video drops, to be commenting in the live chat. I saw 3 of you on the live chat the last time. Love, and we're definitely shouting the 3 of you out. So Malcolm.
Hey, continue following us on Instagram and on Twitter at Malc and Ron Show. We appreciate y'all support. We have different takes, polls and stuff to look at. So just tune in.
All right.
See y'all guys.